Macarena.
I didn't hear about this, and that's why I showed it to you guys, because I figured you didn't hear about it either.
Just full trigger tension and trigger stop.
This is super
okay.
sick.
That's cool. Very extenders.
So you can make it as ugly as you want.
Yeah, of course.
Presumably, you could also make it not ugly.
I'm really surprised this is officially licensed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
Sony,
not happen.
you can knock every company for different things, but the one thing I always knock Sony for is their proprietary bullshit. And this isn't just PlayStation, this is as a company. Sony will make proprietary ports, Sony will do... Sony is always, look at all the PlayStation portables, the PS Vita even. All of them have
a really good
yeah,
example.
all of them have a proprietary connector. If you don't have that cable, you have to go buy another one from Sony. Guess who? The wired version is $169.
Hey.
The wireless version is $200.
Hey.
I could buy a PlayStation.
Yes.
If I bought 2 of those, I could buy a PlayStation.
I was like, wow, this looks so interesting. And then they were like, $200. And I just clicked next. Because I know Xbox has that Xbox Elite controller.
Yeah.
How much is that one? I think that one's like $120.
Probably.
Is that high up there?
It's supposed to be like, you know, top of the... It's not like customizable, or it doesn't have like
that's
shifters and
That's
paddles.
where they're going with the numbers.
Xbox Elite is supposed to be just like top of the line.
Yeah,
Xbox
exactly.
One controller you can buy.
Brand new, they're $150, so it's more expensive than the Xbox Elite controller. To be fair, it has more features and more customization, but
more.
I just started laughing.
one advantage, or at least one feature that PC gaming has over console gaming is the ability to remap your controllers.
True.
So, like, I know people who play Quake put their jump on, like, right mouse button. People who play Counter-Strike will put their jump on scroll wheel.
Right.
You can remap, like, all your keys for Overwatch. I want my abilities on the mouse button. I'm not even going to fucking talk about WoW. If you're playing that game, you're very familiar with remapping controls. But
Remapping, modding your screen,
the
changing
thing
the
that
layout.
the only thing console has is you go to the menus and it's like classic, self-paw, inverted. First of all, if you're inverted, you should be in an insane asylum.
Don't forget.
Second of all,
Don't forget Legacy.
Legacy, of course. But so you could choose. Oh, I want this and I want that. Fighting games have pretty customizable controls because fighting games aren't usually played. I mean, a lot of people don't play fighting games with controllers. They use a fight stick. Now, a hitbox or something. You want your buttons on different things. Tekken, for example, has 4 buttons. Most fight sticks have 8 buttons. So what do you do with the other 4 buttons? You make them 2-button combos. Yeah. Street Fighter, you map one to V-trigger or something. Grab, whatever. But those are kind of like the only games where you had full customization. Or, you know, like, you know what? Fuck this button being punched. This button is now taunt. Like, you could just map it to whatever you want. A lot of games don't, the majority of games don't have that. The fact that you can, on this controller, map
your own stuff.
Like, it had those extra buttons. That shit looked sweet.
Those
Where
are
is
definitely...
Scroll up. Yeah,
it's got the 2 side buttons and then 4 paddles.
Yeah.
Volume slide control. Customizable sticks as well as D-pad.
Yeah, the sax buttons.
The sex buttons.
Sex buttons.
Sex buttons. This,
and the
you
customizable
can
vibrations.
remap all of this
Yeah.
to whatever you want. Seems to me like what this is trying to do is, like, it's adding the remappability of PC or of fighting games to any game.
To a console game. And
it's adding, like, if you go into, like, a Best Buy or Fry's or any electronics store and you go look at the PC mouse section, these things look like fucking Transformers.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's because you can take them apart and rebuild them however you want. I want it to weigh exactly this much. I want a thumb rest. I want extra buttons here. I want it to be larger because I have a larger hand, or smaller because I am tiny. Like, whatever the reason is, you can do that. And I feel like they were like, now, look at all this customization we can do. And look at all these features. And I guarantee you Sony has something to say in that high price tag. Because I bet you the company itself could sell this at like $120. Which I don't think twice the price of a regular PlayStation controller. Or honestly,
customization?
Like twice the features. I don't think that's an unreasonable price to the consumer. I think $200. I would be more likely to spend $120 on that. I think $200.
$170.
I also don't mind
the wireless. The wireless.
The wireless is $200.
That's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's like
I
4
also would
controllers,
just buy the wired,
nearly.
probably.
Yeah.
It's-
So
you're paying 3 to 4 times the cost.
I
of a regular
bet you
controller to
Sony
have
has
this.
some say in the price of this
It
controller.
must be like 1 controller's worth of value goes straight to them.
I don't think this is worth $200.
It's not.
And the fact that it's going to be interfacing with the PlayStation wirelessly and it has this symbol on the box is where that $200 price tag comes in. I bet you SCUF could sell these for $120.
You want to bet me $200?
I bet you SCUF could sell these for $120, like a wired version for $120, and people would buy them. But they wanted to partner with PlayStation. They wanted a wireless, and Sony was like, "Sure."
This is good for
200.
SCUF because SCUF's basically they're gonna get people to buy it simply because it's good and Sony licensed. If it wasn't Sony licensed, people who would be willing to spend money like that probably would think twice. Because it's like, well, it could be like a Mad Catz controller, for all I know.
So, like, think
and just
about
break in a year.
The control disc I actually think is kind of cool. I would like to play around with that. I think this is a really cool idea, and I would be extremely willing to pay $120 for a wired controller.
Yeah.
I would not pay this price.
That's steep. Real steep.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
You can get you can get a bunch of stuff for $200.
Yeah.
Dude, would you rather buy anything else you can get for $200 or have a controller? Like, what's the battery life on the wireless one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably pretty normal. I mean, maybe you could.
To be fair, like, the battery life on PlayStation controllers isn't that great. On DualShock 4 controllers, it's like 6 hours, maybe.
It's okay. You just like make sure you buy multiple.
Battery
You just
life
switch
on
it
the
up.
Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch is fucking 40 hours.
Wow! Holy shit!
I have tested it.
40
It
hours.
is very close to 40 hours.
That's extreme.
It also costs $10 more, but
Still,
yeah.
that's.
Good controller.
I mean,
It's a good
It's also
controller.
like 4 years in the future.
It's comfortable.
So there's a difference there.
That's a good point.
And
That's a good point, yeah. The Switch came out, was it this year? March?
Last year.
Last March?
It's been
been out for a year.
good year. Yeah.
Almost a year
Had
and a half, yeah. So, yeah, the Switch Pro
4
controller
year
has
difference.
2017 technology.
Instead of
And
2013
the
technology.
PS4 is 2013 batteries.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a very good point. Sax, but
Who thought of that?
I
I want to
don't
know who sat there and was like, what should we call these buttons?
sax buttons.
Like,
To me, that's super cool. Because that's
Overwatch
something
on the-
console hasn't had.
Overwatch would be a lot easier.
A lot of games would be a lot
Yeah,
easier.
I mean, but that's just like.
I want triangle here. I want up here,
You
like
really-
for items or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of this, that's super
It's
sick.
completely remappable.
Yeah. I think just these buttons. I don't think you can remap
Oh,
the standard DS4 buttons.
okay.
So I don't think you could change. I don't think you could change like your
Just the
triangles and
extras.
squares.
Just
yeah, I
the
don't.
extras.
Just the extra SCUF buttons that aren't on a standard DualShock 4. I think are the remap.
That's cool.
Because when
Yeah.
they're talking about remappable, they're only showing those buttons. Sax 1 and Sax 2.
What
Those
is
are your
that?
buttons.
Is it like side axis or something? What is it?
Sax.
Side
Sax.
action.
Does it say that? Oh, it does. Side
Yeah.
action.
buttons. Okay. All right. God, sax.
That's still stupid.
sax buttons. It's like, really? I understand the reasoning there. It's just kind of
I promise you, I'm never talking about this again. The one and only conversation about this.
stream go?
To shit.
We'll be back. We'll be back next week, 2:30. See you guys then. Peace out.